Let us know how you like to play the game. I personally like to stick with one deck.
Variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, for some people, I guess it is. But Game 3 is getting underway right now. Both of these guys looking to take a 2-1 lead in this series, but only one of them can do it. Greensheep versus Muzzy.
Yeah, and this is a big game for both of these guys here. Whoever wins this one is solely in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it looks, you know, Tempo Mage, I think, can square off very well against Druid at times. And Greensheep, third time in a row now, Druid. He's looking at Druid to get the job done, done solely. Pretty
interestingly, he had a Harrison Jones in his deck as well. I gotta wonder why that's still there.
Yeah, I'm curious exactly what he's trying to pick off from Muzzy here. You know, may just be sort of a card that's, you know, if he gets in a situation, he's not too fearful of it.
Yeah, I love this queue up here from Muzzy as well. Great change of pace for him, and Mirror Entity, as we've seen before, great card against Druid.
Yeah, not a fantastic opening hand, though. His hand's very heavy right now. 2 5-drops and a 7-drop. Wild growth from Greensheep. Got to feel
right
good
on
about
time.
that one.
Yeah, right on time.
Yeah, but once again, this Mirror Entity is going to kind of throw a wrench in his plans. He's going to have to tread very careful in how he wants to deal with this. Now, he doesn't know what's in Muzzy's hand. You know, I think he expects things like Frostbolt, things like Flame Cannon to be in this build so far. But, you know, the way that this looks, Shade or Big Game Hunter, I think, are both fine to play into this Mirror Entity right now.
Yeah, and you can see that he actually just goes ahead and goes with the Shade. Now, it's kind of good that he does it for himself, because if he holds on to this Big Game Hunter, there is a target already in Muzzy's hand.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's thinking about. I think when he does this too. And Muzzy right on time with a Piloted Shredder. His curve,
that was so big of a draw for him.
His curve was looking ugly, and then this Piloted Shredder completely changed that. Even going to get aggressive with a Shade.
Yeah, I like this. His man is going to be so busy for the rest of the game.
Why not? Your opponent's Shade is growing slower than yours is right now.
Yeah, that's a great thing about Mirror Knitting a Shade. You get the first trigger.
Oh, yeah. So I see how Greensheep interprets that exactly.
You know, he does have some pretty good turns here as well in dealing with what Muzzy's doing.
Yeah, I don't mind wrathing on the Piloted Shredder to start and then seeing what comes out of it. I don't mind Sludge Belcher. All of his plans honestly feel like they're pretty darn good to me.
I feel like you said Sludge Belcher a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's such a good card in this matchup. It does have ways to deal with everything. Pretty darn good draw from Muzzy in this spot. And once again, able to apply pressure kind of in any way that he sees fit at this point. You know, it's kind of rare that situations arise like this where players have very strong plays, but then they also have alternatives to those early on in the game that make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and this happens a lot with Tempo Mage in the first couple turns. They have a lot of really good, efficient spells, but we've seen this in the show when they have draws like this, you know, it snowballs out of control, but if you draw your stuff in the wrong order, it's a really hard game to win.
Yeah, really taking his time to figure this one out. He wants that hero power to be directed at that Shade so very badly, but he's going to have to forego his 5-drop if he wants to do that. And it looks to me like he's just going to have to settle for Frostbolt on one of these instead. But it does have a pretty darn big advantage right now, but this is going to start being taken away by Greensheep. Going to be able to get the lead, or rather get an even board on this turn, and then hope to set things straight. Maybe Sylvanas changes that, though.
I'm not sure. I mean, you're at 21. He has a ton of power in play. You know, you're always worried about something like Fireball out of this deck, you know, some burn to finish off this game. He might be priced into swiping here.
It's definitely possible. I don't know, though, man. Sylvanas is so hard to pass up on this board.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, if Muzzy doesn't have a good way to deal with the Sylvanas, you're going to be smooth sailing from there, because that Shade's growing to 5 no matter what.
Yeah, also, I mean, if they have something like Keeper of the Grove, it's really bad for you going forward as well.
Yeah, but Muzzy can't have Keeper of the Grove. So
oh, yeah, I have it backwards. I apologize. Yeah.
I was like, if Muzzy's stuck a Keeper of the Grove in there, we need to call Blizzard up. Something's
Sorry,
gone wrong.
I just flipped it there for a second.
We've been casting a lot of games. I don't blame you at times. But again, it just has to be careful here. It just looks so good to swipe, but Sylvanas,
yeah, you're going to see Greensheep take the full amount of time here.
No, I'm going to have to settle for Sylvanas at a later time. 9 damage is too much to be staring at. Hey, not a bad drop either. At this point, wow, Greensheep actually just going to take his time on this, forego the swipe. He's looking for something bigger, and this looks to me like a very strong turn from Muzzy. You can drop Azure Drake or Lotheb. You know, either one of these drops is going to be strong. Azure Drake's a little bit worse.
Yeah, you know, sets up that swipe pretty well.
Yeah, I think the way that Greensheep played this, though, you may not even think he has swipe.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. You may believe that there isn't a swipe in Greensheep's hand. We see that he actually has 2 now.
Yeah.
But
so now this is the minor problem I did have with not playing the Sylvanas is now when does he ever play it?
No, that's actually a really good point. I think that's what took him so long that turn, is he's thinking about, you know, not just what's the best turn to play this turn, but going forward, where does this lead me?
Yeah, and Muzzy, I mean, this Dr. Boom actually has a very high potential to backfire in this spot. I don't see him not playing it. Maybe with the Mirror Image pickup, he goes with Lotheb, Sorcerer's Apprentice Mirror Image. But Dr. Boom, I mean, it's so good on turn 7. But Big Game Hunter's got to be on his mind right now. He's looking at this and figuring out how badly does that affect me.
Yeah, if Muzzy plays Dr. Boom here and it goes unchecked, he obviously is going to win the game. But if Greensheep has a Big Game Hunter, it swings back into his favor from this point on.
Yeah, well, he does have Flame Waker and Mirror Image after that. I mean, probably doesn't even cast the Mirror Image this turn, considering that he has Flame Waker. And I like that he's actually not playing into Big Game Hunter. This puts a lot of pressure on Greensheep to get something done.
Absolutely love this play here from Muzzy.
Yeah, I mean, Greensheep's clearly been struggling with your board pressure so far. Do you have to commit with a Dr. Boom?
No, you don't even need to. This is a ton of pressure as it is. You have 8 power on the board with a lot of backup. You have a Fireball, a Flame Waker, and a Mirror Image.
Yeah.
And then you have this Dr. Boom in your back pocket just for whenever you need it.
Yep. Make those boom bots, make Greensheep fear lethal from those boom bots. Sludge Belcher has really only played.
Oh,
no. Gosh.
Muzzy has got to love seeing that.
Yeah, I don't think Dr. Boom's happening this turn. I think given how strong his hand is with Flame Waker, that's the direction he's going to take. And I don't blame him whatsoever. He's going to get 6 extra damage here from Flame Waker.
Yeah, he can do a ton of triggers here with this Flame Waker this turn. He can actually play all of the spells in his hand.
Yep. Such beautiful stuff from him. Fireball, taking out this Sludge Belcher, and then 2 minion targets to hit with Flame Waker. And just right away starts chipping him away.
Oh, he even picks up a free arcane missile.
This is showing you the danger of this deck too. When you get in situations like this, it's just, I mean, it's so close to unbeatable. Mirror Images, more pings, and the Flame Waker he just wants to get the job over with now.
Has it all.
Yeah, but Arcane Missile's gonna take it out, and then 2 more points of damage going to face. That thing is getting some work done, man.
And this puts Greensheep down to 2. There's no card in his deck.
Flame
to get him
Waker's
out of
looking
this.
like Faker right now. League of
Wow.
Legends just getting everything done. Just carrying the team, putting it on his back. Greensheep, no way to fend off this board pressure.
Yeah, swipe isn't going to be good.
Yeah, I mean,
it can do a lot of work, but it's not good enough here.
Yeah, 2, just nothing's going to happen in this one. But Greensheep going to stick it out. He says, you know what, Muzzy, you beat me. I'm going to take my shots. I'm going to let you have this one.
Had my stats a little bit here.
What a trooper from Greensheep, man. Just sit back and take your beating. Love to see players finish a game regardless of the circumstance. But now Muzzy takes a 2-1 lead here
in the
over
driver's seat, definitely here. Only needs 1 more here to bring this match home and extend that winning streak that he's got going, and then keep that losing streak going for Greensheep.